check. Yep. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Money Grand National Series here on Fox Sports 1. We are at the good old Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by Lowe's, getting ready for the longest race of all three series here. This is the longest race of the Grand National Series, and tomorrow's race, the longest race of the season for the MG Cup Series. We got 90 laps here from good old Charlotte, North Carolina. And we keep going back and forth calling this Charlotte and Lowe's Motor Speedway because we just cannot make up our minds. So it's now Charlotte Motor Speedway, but we're calling it Lowe's still because there's still Lowe's logos all over the racetrack, as Lowe's will not be sponsoring this track after this season. However, they still, while they have changed the name and kind of tried to get Lowe's out of the picture, they are still on the wall. So it's Charlotte Motor Speedway presented by Lowe's this season. This is not based on anything at all. I'm really just making this up out of the blue, but hey, it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. Clint Boyer's their pole sitter with Kevin Harvick, who is outside. RCR teammates 1, 2, 3 here as we get ready to drop the green flag. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. We are racing at Charlotte. Down the back straightaway for the first time. A little bit of 3 wide further back as Boyer tries to hang on to the lead, but here comes the number 33. That's Tony Stewart. And that 33 car up into the outside wall is the 14 of Kristoloff. We have a massive crash off turn number 4. Caution is out already, and that's going to be big. We might need a red flag. There is going to be debris and fluid everywhere as Boyer did hang on to win the race back to the yellow flag. And we, just as quickly as we got started, we are under caution here. Massive accident. Let's take a look at what happened here to cause this wreck. Looks like the 18 of Brad Coleman checks up for Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin a little loose underneath, slides into him and just stays there. They're hooked together and they collect poor Kristoloff. And all 3 of them slide up into the outside wall. There goes Hamlin around. First lap of the day, and about half the field is out of this race. That is a massive accident, probably the biggest we've seen in the Money Grand National Series. Man, it takes out a lot of good cars very early on. Not even 1 lap completed here, but we've jumped half the field. Let's take another look at it from this angle. As you see, they're just hooked together. They're going around, back down the track, right in the traffic. They slide back up. Truex in the 8. It's a great job avoiding it. Unfortunately, these guys behind don't. See the 6 of Reagan sliding into it. He was sideways trying to avoid it. He got into his teammate Biffle. Or excuse me, that's Todd Cleaver in the 16. Or no, that's Greg Whipple. Tripping. Man, carnage here from Lowe's or Charlotte. Morgan Shepherd involved in that one, but he's going to keep it rolling. And there's a lot of good cars in there. Caution's out already. It'll be a lengthy cleanup for this one. Doesn't look like we'll be throwing the red though. We're gonna keep it rolling. And fast forward now. We're ready to roll once again. So here we go. Let's try this again, shall we? Pace car is off. Let's get rolling here. Boyer, Stewart, your front row. Paul Menard gonna sneak his way up there in 3rd. Green flag is back in the air. We're racing once again here from Lowe's. Here we go. Trouble already. Big crash on the backstretch. Multiple cars around. They are still piling in, junking them up big time. The big one, part 2 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Caution is out once again. Paul Menard sneaks to the race lead, and he's going to win the race back to the caution flag. And here we are once again. Kerry Earnhardt looks to be done for the day. Heavy smoke rolling out of that 63 machine. And we chunked them up big time. Even quicker this time. Let's see what happened. Oh man, just Todd Cleaver gets bumped from behind in that 26 car and sets it off. Actually, no. That is the 46 of Kelly Byers, or 47, excuse me. Kelly Byers gets hooked in the Todd Cleaver. They both go up into the outside. Well, actually, Byers straightens it out. Cleaver goes into the wall, collects Truex. One car way down low. I believe that's Bill Elliott in the 32, way down towards the inside. Oh, hard hit for 59 of Marcus Ambrose. A little bump for Morgan Shepherd, but again, he gets through cleanly, and then the track just gets blocked at this point. They are just stacking them in. Nowhere for some of these guys to go. The outside line does open up, and they're finally able to get through. Greg Biffle just gets run over from behind. He got on the brakes pretty good there and just had nowhere to go. Nothing he could do, and somebody behind couldn't check up in time. Got in on there. Yeah, you see, oh, the 35 gets picked up off the ground as well by David Strimmy in the 22 there. Strimmy won at Talladega a couple weeks ago. Looking to win another one here, but wasn't off to a great start, and looks like he's not going to be off to a great finish either. Let's see one more time. You go up into the outside wall, back across the track, in front of traffic, and just nowhere to go. Track gets blocked, it gets clogged, and there are cars everywhere. Man, oh man, that is wild, wild, wild stuff. But it's part of racing. We're gonna have one last double file go at it as the green flag drops once again. Let's see if we'll make it a lap this time. Otherwise, we'll have to go single file. Or maybe they won't. They're a little iffy with these rules sometimes, but here we go. Lots of contact being made down the backstretch. A little bit of bump drafting there, heading into 3 and 4. All over each other's back bumpers. Stewart's going to back off. He's going to try to get underneath the 2 car. 3 wide off turn number 4. They're going to make it a lap this time. They have completed a green flag lap. Congratulations to the field. Everybody made it through. We really only have half the field left running here, so not too much of a shock. Not many competitive cars left in this thing, and some of them didn't even get started. About 4 of them didn't get going here. Or are those the D&Qs? I'm confused. I've never seen that before. Wow. Okay then. Yeah, a bunch of cars out of the race. Jeff Green in the 28, the Border Patrol machine. Way off pace, just trying to log laps and complete this race here. Get himself some points. Paul Menard leads at the moment. 3 wide further back off turn number 4. Ryan Newman on the bottom of that, or excuse me, that's Sam Hornish Jr. on the bottom of that, trying to make up some ground underneath Bill Elliott and Kevin Harvick. Young Sam Hornish used to driving open wheel cars, trying to show us a little something here in stock cars. Gets hit from behind. What a save. As the 1 of J.J. Yaley got into the back bumper of him there. Now the 32 of Elliott. Gonna try to hold him off up high. Is not gonna be able to. Oh, almost more contact. I think they did make more contact behind them. They're still keeping it straight. Kyle Busch goes to the race lead. Meanwhile, let me make sure I'm still recording. Yep, I'm good. Looks like we're finally starting to clean it up a little bit here. So, no need for that third double caution and to go single file on these restarts. At least not yet. Still plenty of racing left. They could junk them up back to back to back later on in this race when we're least expecting it. It's Casey Atwood in the 27. Seems to be having a good day. We haven't heard much of him this season. Contact for the lead, and now blocking all the way down the racetrack is Kyle Busch. Hops down in front of that 15 car. Terrible entry into the corner for both of them. That might allow the cars behind to make some ground. Now they come up on the lap car of Jeff Green, and here comes Tony Stewart sneaking by on the high side. Nowhere to go down low. Green picked the bottom, tried to stay out of the way, and unfortunately they just got caught up behind him there, and the field blew by those two. So Menard drops way back outside the top 10. He's still getting held up. Now he finally gets past. Kelly Byers back there as well. 3 wide off turn number 4 once again. Hornish stays out of the outside wall. Does a great job there. Trying to stay in the fight. Keeping his momentum up here. Hornish backs off on corner entry. He's going to try to cross back underneath Atwood in the 27. Casey Atwood has run a bunch of races in the MG Cup Series. Has won a race in MG Cup. Trying to rekindle that fire, recapture some of that glory down here in the Grand National Series. So we've had quite a few laps under green here. Kyle Busch has led half of them. Now under fire from Tony Stewart, but unfortunately it's time for us to take that first break of the day, or at least first green flag break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Money Grand National Series here on FS1. The 2, all over the back bumper of Kyle Busch. Boyer's going to get underneath him, but your race leader right in front of those two is Tony Stewart. As Stewart was able to take advantage of the lap traffic and take the lead. Busch, though, has a really strong race car. He's really fast. Cleared Boyer, now going for the lead off 4. Side by side through the quad oval at the stripe. I believe Kyle Busch did lead that lap. No, he just barely didn't. Stewart held on to lead that lap. Here comes Boyer back underneath. He's also got a fast race car. Where are they going to go? Truex. Oh boy, Busch gets blocked in. Truex now goes low. He's blocking both lanes. Stays in the middle now. Kyle Busch nowhere to go. He's going to have to hurry up and hop underneath that 8 car as soon as he can, and now he does. The rest of the field further back. Yaley and Harvick side by side. There's a little bit of separation between the two packs here. Or groups, rather. Kyle Busch coming back on the inside in that Lowe's number 5 machine, trying to retake second. He's going to get underneath Boyer, drives off through the corner, and he takes the spot right back. Here comes Kevin Harvick. He's cleared the bunch, and he is running away. He is absolutely rolling, trying to re-catch the leaders. I just realized I have the wrong sound pack in for these cars, but you know, it is what it is, whatever. They can all have the same sounds for this race, why not? This is the best sound pack I have for the Gen 4 car sounds, so why not leave them in for all 4, or all 4 divisions this season. I don't know why, I just feel like giving the ARCA cars, you know, the quieter sound pack, and giving the trucks this beautiful sound pack as well as the MG Cup, and then giving these cars the second best sound pack that I have, just so I can, I don't know, differentiate them or something. But whatever. Getting off track here. We got lap cars in the way. Brent Sherman in the 36, Kyle Krisloff in the 14. 2 big time damaged race cars right on the bottom of the track, blocking the leaders. Here comes Kevin Harvick up high. He had a huge run. 3 wide. They're squeezing together. Boyer's in the middle. Nowhere for him to go. And they're all getting slowed down here. Big time checkup. Nowhere for the leaders to go. Lap cars side by side right in front of them. They're squeezing off corner exit. Sherman gets tagged from behind. Clips the grass. They're still right in front of your leaders. Boyer running away with it. Harvick tried to take advantage. Couldn't quite. Now Casey Atwood squeezes through the middle. He's up in the second place. Contact being made. Krisloff almost gets sent around by Kyle Busch. 2 trains of cars down the back straightaway. Brent Sherman trying to move up, trying to get out of the way. Can't quite. Stewart all over his back bumper, moving him out the way with the air. That 36 car getting a little bit loose, but still they can't get by him. Sherman's going around. Contact. They're in the grass. They somehow save it. Paul Menard, J.J. Yaley down in the grass with Brent Sherman. They finally get back up on the racetrack. Sherman straightens it out. He's way down on the apron here. They all check up big time. They're going to keep it rolling. We are still green. More contact being made. Mark Truex gets shoved down the racetrack. He's out of the way. Here comes the 06 of Mark Martin. Wow, what just happened there? Truex coming back on the inside. Is he even on? He's not on the lead lap. But Jeff Green got in the way of Martin there, and now Martin gets stuck behind him. He's been held up, and he might lose a lot of ground. What in the world is going on here? We might need a debris caution just to sort some things out, because lap cars are everywhere, and we are not going to be done with them anytime soon. It's Boyer and Atwood fight for the lead here. Casey Atwood in the 27 car using that draft to his advantage, trying to run down that 2 car. Can he reel him in? Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. These two absolutely going at it here for the lead as we approach the halfway point in just a handful of laps. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for halfway. Welcome back to the Money Grand National Series. We were going to come back at the halfway point, but unfortunately we are now under caution. Let's take a look at what happened here to bring it out. Brent Sherman squeezes the 10 car, who's that? Dave Blaney into the outside wall, goes for a spin, keeps it rolling. But then Casey Atwood gets shipped down onto the apron. He saves it, but then comes back up into the safer barrier, or onto the safer barrier goes Tony Stewart, sliding down the banking. Nowhere for some of these guys to go. Look out, big crash, more big impacts. It's a hard wreck in turns 3 and 4, taking out a bunch of front runners and damaging a bunch more contenders in this race. So a lot of cars taken out in that one. Very unfortunate. So we go back and take a look at it one more time. Stewart went for a wild ride there. Almost got up into the catch fence. Luckily, comes back down without getting up in there. At least not getting in there too severely. But man, he did go for a wild ride up on top of that safer barrier. It looks like he did graze the fence a little bit. He was getting pushed into it by the 32. Right in the wall. Luckily doesn't go over. But man, that's just a really hard impact. They were all checking up and running over each other, and then nowhere for these guys to go. Can't really check up and stop in the middle of a corner. So the car is really unstable, unsettled through there. You know, set up to be really loose and get as much speed out of it as you can. And obviously not handling good by this point in the race either, so just really unfortunate, but you know, it's part of racing. Luckily everybody's okay, and yeah. So coming to the halfway point. Bunch of lap cars up in front of the field here. It'll be, looks like Stanton Barrett still on the lead lap, and they're trying to get things sorted out. Looks like we might not be able to go green again by the halfway point here. So if we do, there will be a lot of penalties. So we might have to delay the green a lap. Who will lead at the halfway point is showing Sam Hornish Jr. is your leader. Hornish does finally get through. A lot of cars get through. They start to kind of try to sort it out. But, yeah. So it looks like we're going green here anyways. They did finally get this situation sorted out and figure out who was supposed to be where. Now they're slowing up big time, and Hornish slowed down to let them catch, and now he's going to try to catch the pace car as he's way ahead, already on pit road. The lights are off. We are still set to go green here, so hopefully we don't get any penalties or any confusion. But green flag in the air. Boyer with a great jump on the high side, and man, what is going on? So Stanton Barrett is going to be put a lap down here. The car is down on the apron. We're going to keep it straight for now. Brent Sherman still alive and kicking back there. Former veteran, or is a veteran. Served in the military. Decided to race a little bit of NASCAR in his off time, or when he came back. So definitely a salute to him. But here we go. Mark Martin moves into second place. And with this package, can't really count anybody out here. So here comes the 47, Kelly Byers. Byers to the inside, looking for second. It's been a career night for Kelly Byers here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, looking to keep that up and bring home a good result. Wide for second as here comes Harvick. Possibly one of the fastest. Oh my goodness, that could have been really bad. Contact with Busch and Martin almost caused a wreck, but they save it. Oh my goodness, more contact being made. They're somehow keeping it straight, even through all this contact. Harvick, Busch, Bowyer, your top three. As Clint Bowyer continues to lead in that BB&T number 2 machine. Harvick in his draft clears Kyle Busch down the backstretch. These guys absolutely rip it around this track on fresh tires. We're coming up on lap cars, so hold on to your butts, folks. This is going to get wild. The 2 of Bowyer has a pretty good lead, but that might change in about a half a lap here when they catch the 28 of Jeff Green, depending on when they catch him, where they catch him, and how they catch him. Off turn 2, Bowyer pulls low, Busch gets held up, and here comes Harvick. Harvick comes through to take second place. The rest of the field getting held up behind Jeff Green. And now Green moves up to the high side, blocking John Wood in. We got more lap traffic to worry about, and there's a trio of them. There's Krisiloff, Sherman, and Truex up there, all fighting it out. Looks like they're gonna settle out before the leaders get here. But man, this is it's gonna be tight. Bowyer had to check up just a little bit. Here comes Harvick. Harvick, oh boy, Bowyer really had to check up. Harvick now right on his back bumper. And can we get a quick shout out to that 23 car, Brad Keselowski? We've heard of Brian Keselowski. He's raced in the past series for the past couple seasons. This is his younger brother, Brad. Brad Keselowski rookie season, driving that number 23 car. Hasn't been able to quite qualify for every single race, but he's trying to, and it's a small team, you know, and just out here doing what he can, trying to make a name for himself, and he's running top 10, having a career night. So shout out to Brad Keselowski running 10th right now, but we got a bit of a battle back here for third place as well. Kyle Busch and Mark Martin side by side. It's a race for the lead. We thought it was heating up. Starts to fizzle out once again. Now Kyle Busch gets through to second, but here comes Kelly Byers. He followed him through. Sam Hornish now in the draft of that 47 car. It looks like he's going to try to follow in. Busch shuts the door on him at least a little bit. But here comes Byers following through. Going to try to keep his nose in there. Couldn't quite. Here comes the 12 of Hornish to his outside. We're going to have to take a quick break. Should be our final break of the night. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coming to 20 laps to go. This time by, we do have a new race leader. It's Kevin Harvick, who dominated the series a couple seasons ago and only didn't win a championship because he didn't race every single race that season. Side by side now for the lead, Harvick and Bowyer. As Bowyer fights back, gets back underneath his teammate, retakes the lead. It's hard to kind of run away with it, with this package in this series. Oh boy. Bowyer nowhere to go. Harvick goes way up high. And that might seal the deal on that battle. Jeff Green pulls up to the outside, gets out of Bowyer's way, and now Bowyer trying to regain some of that momentum that he just lost. With 20 laps to go here, he's got 20 laps to run down that 21 car. Coming to the 19 to go. My fault. I always managed to lose. There we go. Huh, that's strange. Dude, I literally don't know what I did. It's behind me. For whatever reason, I slid it back there. But anyways, Bowyer is back. He is hot on the tail of Kevin Harvick. He does have the fastest car out there. Let's see who has the fastest lap of the race, and it's the 21 of Harvick. So it looks like Harvick might be quick on the short runs, or at least quick in the draft. But Bowyer does have the speed. But it's hard to beat Harvick when he's in that draft. He is flying. He might be equally as fast. But Bowyer's just... there's no running away from him. These two are going to trade the lead back and forth. They were the front row of this race. Your pole sitter and your second place, your outside pole sitter, battling for the lead here, as it should be. The two fastest cars in qualifying have been the two fastest cars in the race, and they are showing it here as they trade the lead back and forth. 16 laps left in this event. Harvick, and here comes Bowyer. Off turn number 2, heading down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. 14 laps to go on the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Laps winding down here in Charlotte, North Carolina. The top two absolutely going at it in a dogfight for the lead here. Lap traffic in the way, disrupting the battle, disturbing the peace, if you will. No matter what happens, these two always find a way to get right back behind each other. As we close in on the end of this race, the final stretch of this race, if you will. All we can really do now is sit back and wait, see how this is going to play out. Lap traffic is everywhere. You catch one lap car in the wrong spot, and they can make a difference. Harvick goes low. Boyer goes way high. Boyer way up out of the groove. Had to check up big time. Not used to running that line, but Harvick had to check up because Krisiloff was running down in the groove. Man, that really benefited Boyer, didn't it? But now he's got nowhere to go. Lap cars side by side right in front of him. Jeff Green way off the pace. There's the 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya way off the pace. Both of them trying to get through. They weaved their way through, but Harvick is now right there on Boyer's back bumper. Hot on his tail. Boyer slides up. It's a little bit tight. Did I just hear? No, I'm tripping. And now, who's going to make the move? When will Harvick pull out and make the move? Right in the tire tracks of Clint Boyer here. Let's look for the perfect opportunity. Boyer keeps sliding up in the middle of 3 and 4. And that's allowing Harvick a bit of an opportunity, but Boyer gets to run on corner exit. Harvick taking the shorter way around, makes up ground through the corner, but Boyer has the exit speed off the banking. So which line will prevail? Looks like Harvick's will, because he got a good arc there. He cut down low mid-corner, but Boyer's still going to clear. Here comes Brent Sherman, though, right in front of Boyer. Both of them stuck behind that 36 car. They both chose the bottom lane, and now got to figure out where to go. Harvick using that 32 car or 36 car as a pick, but now Boyer's stuck behind him, or Harvick's stuck behind him. Boyer gets through on the outside. Harvick trying to stick his nose underneath that 36 car. Come on, Kevin, pull out, make a move. These two, Shepard and Truex, gave that 2 car an open lane. Now Harvick sneaks by, and he lost a ton of time. We're within 10 laps to go. Coming up on 5 laps to go as we take 7 to go now. Harvick trying to regain some of that ground. Truex and Morgan Shepard did a great job staying out of the way of the leaders here. But now it's a matter of who will get the lucky break with these lapped cars. '77 of Curtis Davis now running 9th place. The 11, Jason Keller, I think. No, 11 of Mark Mitchell runs the final spot in the top 10, running 10th. Stanton Barrett, Hollywood stuntman Stanton Barrett, about to be lapped along with DJ Kennington and a huge gaggle of cars. Now this is going to shake things up big time here. Kennington stays high. He's going to let Boyer through. He doesn't have nothing to really lose here at the tail end of this pack. They're 3 wide, however, in front of him. Boyer now gets down to the bottom underneath Stanton Barrett, trying to stick his nose underneath Barrett. David Reagan goes to the middle lane. Dave Blaney stays way up high, up near the outside wall. They're all going to let him through. Now Harvick is catching this pack. He's got to get by Todd Cleaver first. Can he run down Boyer? I don't think Boyer lost any ground dealing with those guys there. Teammates Dave Blaney and Bill Elliott letting each other through. Here comes David Reagan. Man, what a battle right there. That little group of cars. It's all but over now. If Harvick is held up by this group. It is all but over. And the fat lady will have sung. Let's see. Can Harvick get through? Will Boyer catch any more lap cars? He's going to catch David Green again. Or Jeff Green, excuse me. Here we go. Harvick stuck behind the 88 of Shane Huffman. That's all she wrote. 2 laps to go. He doesn't have time for this. He moves that 88 car out the way. Stuffs his nose in there and forces him to get out the way. But now Stanton Barrett looking to make a move on Bill Elliott. He gets right down in front of Harvick. Oh, but Boyer's being held up big time by the 28 car. That group is catching Boyer once again as we come to the white flag. Can Boyer get past? Here comes the pack. Here comes Harvick on the inside. Kevin Harvick sneaks through. Jeff Green right in front of Boyer. Boyer's stuck. He's got nowhere to go. Apparently there's a caution, as it looks like somebody might have wrecked somewhere. Morgan Shepherd got turned around. Harvick through 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to steal a win just like Boyer did the Todd Cleaver. Kevin Harvick wins at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. Lap cars done did it once again. Let's take a look at what happened to Morgan Shepherd on the final lap. But man, oh man. Oh wow. Got into it with one of the leaders there. It's Kyle Busch in the number 5. That got up behind him and just got into him. Washed up the track. Kyle Busch running 3rd. Washes up the track, gets into the 89. Shepherd through the grass, no control. Bounces off his door. Around he goes. Backs it into the outside wall. Spins around like a top right in the middle of the racetrack. But luckily, not too many cars coming along. You're all going to get by him cleanly. He keeps it rolling as well. So these guys have already taken the caution. They have to slow down. These guys are back here. They're taking the checkers. Wow. I have no words. That's going to do it. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe. Hope to see y'all next time. And until then,